Warhead Junction's always an interesting map to me. It's just so large. And here we go. First ban going to Squirtle Squad. Let's see what they go with. Lost Vikings ban. So they may actually know something that the rest of us don't know. That's a good ban choice if you know the other team has Lost Vikings in their repertoire. And there's the Ragnaros ban. And now we are looking for Squirtle Squad's first pick. And they're going with Diablo. Diablo, that's where it's at. Diablo is by far my favorite tank. It's been very difficult to play with him lately, but with the recent rework, I definitely think he's more viable. And having him first pick makes me smile. So thank you, Squirtle Squad, for giving me that little boost. Switching over to Ninja Hood, let's see what they decide to go with for their first pick. And they're going with a Tychus. Fearing the double warrior from Squirtle Squad, first pick Tychus is a respectable pick. Tychus does really good damage numbers, especially if you have someone that's competent in Tychus. And if Squirtle Squad goes double warrior, Tychus will just do that much more damage for them. So I like the Tychus pick there. And a Mouth pick. Both solid picks. Securing probably the best healer in the game currently, along with a great DPS as your first two picks. Going into the next two picks by Squirtle Squad and then the ban phase. I like that. It doesn't give away your strategy, and it sets you up with two solid meta picks. And there's the Dahaka, which I did suspect would be picked, along with a Falstad. Two really strong globals on the side of Squirtle Squad, really drafting for this map. And we'll see what Ninja Hood's going to ban in response to those picks. Putting a lot of thought into this next ban. And they're going to ban Rhaegar, which is a solid ban. Rhaegar, with his recent damage buff, did move up the healer list. And I do feel like I am repeating myself because Ragnaros and Rhaegar have been banned in all three of the games I've cast so far today. Now let's see what Squirtle Squad decides to take off the board for Ninja Hood. In ETC, okay. So not looking to deal with ETC, which is probably the #1 or #2 tank in my opinion. That'll probably push Ninja Hood into a Muradin pick, but they could do something off meta and maybe do like a Stitches, a Leoric. There are lots of choices that they can make here. And reading Twitch chat, it seems like Dave might be, Super Dave might be psychic here. He has called the last couple of bans in the last couple of matches I've cast. So definitely following the meta and who's strong and who's not. So kudos, Super Dave. Ninja Hood going into their bonus time, or their time pool, really thinking about what they want to do for these next two picks. And we're gonna have a Johanna. Okay, Johanna's a very, very durable tank, and if you like playing around Blessed Shield and Condemn, she's definitely a good tank to choose. Just waiting for that last pick from Ninja Hood. They're gonna go with the Leoric. Oh man, so that's a good choice. Leoric and Johanna, Leoric and Tychus rather, gonna do a lot of damage to those tanks. So great pick there. I like that pick, personally. Now let's see how Squirtle Squad responds to that. With an Oriole. Oriole is a great, solid healer, especially when paired with a good damage dealer. So Falstad could help Oriole build hope pretty easily. And maybe this last pick, maybe they'll pick up a Vala. Ha, there it is, a Vala. I like the Vala choice there. That also gives a lot of damage to build the hope for Oriole. And let's see what this last pick is for Karazim. Another good, strong character. Solid drafts on both sides. We will have to see who wins this match, but I do like the draft on both sides of this draft. Just waiting to get everybody readied up, and then I will start the game and we will see how this goes. I do... Looking at this with two globals on the side of Squirtle Squad, they could have the advantage on this map. We'll have to see how it plays out, but the globals are definitely advantaged when it comes to Warhead Junction. So we'll have to see how it ends up, but there's a definite possibility of an advantage there. Just waiting on the final two players to ready up and we'll get the game underway. I do worry a little about Oriole, really only having Vala, possibly Falstad to build that hope. They're going to have to protect the Vala, because that's who's going to build hope quickest for Oriole. And we'll see if that works out for them or not. But with Diablo and Dahak in the front line, I mean, that's a decent amount of lockdown, especially if you are pro with your isolation. Or it's a decent amount of healing from Dahaka if you go the other talent at 10, which I'm totally drawing a blank on. Both talents are good choices on Dahaka now. Diablo with his damage is actually may work with Oriole. I have not played Diablo since the rework with Oriole to see how quickly he can build hope, but that may be another option for Oriole. And if so, that could actually be a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see how that goes. But we are loading into the game now. And we have, on the red team, Ninja Hood, PLK36 on the Malfurion, Oyama on Karazim, Fozdy ZZXX on Tychus, Roulette on Johanna, and Phage Lambda on the Leoric. And on the blue team, Squirtle Squad, we have Toon Slim playing the Diablo, Resolve to Solve playing the Falstad. Wasn't quite fast enough, was I?
Battle initialization in progress.
Swabs Magoo on the Dahaka, Ember on the Oriole, and Cripsy playing the Vala. So it should be an interesting game to see who wins this. And let's just jump right in. Looks like both teams are thinking about starting 5-man in the middle.
Time remaining.
Mostly normal talents picked so far.
5, 4.
Leo going for that Drain
3,
Hope buff.
2,
Always a good choice.
1.
And
Let
here we
the
go.
battle
Dahaka
begin.
starting bottom lane, and everybody else trying to get that all-important watchtower right away. Looks like there may be a fight if they choose to go in, or if they back out, there won't be. But Leoric, thinking about coming in, ends up eating about a third of his health bar from Falstad damage. And Falstad actually giving Oriole a ton of hope. So I do stand corrected. Falstad will be a good target for that Oriole. Looks like Vala and Oriole are going to stay mid lane. Diablo coming into mid lane to join them. Falstad going top, and Dahaka has started bottom. So looks like a 1-3-1 split against a 1-3-1 split. Nobody really getting any kills. The two warriors just kind of poking each other over the watchtower and clearing both lanes. Falstad looks like he's slightly losing the lane to Johanna, but not too bad. And they did send a second person, or they did send Tychus down bottom to swap with Karazim, who may make his way mid, or they may stay 2-on-1 here and look and see if they can't quite get a kill. Oriole coming down to join Dahaka to make it a 2-on-2. Diablo even rotating down, so maybe they're looking for a kill to make down here, if possible. And looks like we're just gonna keep pushing lanes out. Diablo going up against Malfurion and Leoric. This could spell danger for Diablo. He is going to get out with just 100 hit points left on his life. And it looks like we're gonna get the top-bottom spawns for Warheads. Squirtle Squad already in a good position to try and grab the bottom Warhead. And it looks like Ninja Hood's in the better position to grab the top Warhead. So let's see if that's how it plays out. But it does look like Oriole's going to secure that, but then she's interrupted by the Tychus grenade. However, they are pushing them back far enough that they do get it. And up top, Mouth did get Warhead. So both healers for each team holding on to Warheads right now, top and bottom lane. And it looks like bottom lane, they're going to go ahead and use that right away and get some damage on this front gate and on that fort as well, taking out the entire front gate, most of that tower, the well, and yeah, they're gonna secure this. Looks like they may secure that tower too. Nope, but they did secure the front wall and most of that tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it looks like the red team Ninja Hood only takes the entire front wall down to half health. So, quick little mirror match, if you will. And it looks like Squirtle Squad did get a little bit ahead of that. They did finish picking off that fort and that tower. And it looks like they're looking to do maybe possibly an invade here. And kind of stretch that advantage. It is level 6 against level 5, so even talent tiers. It looks like they did back out and decide not to get involved in that. Dahaka walking into a Leoric though and eating some quick Leoric damage. 7 is just around the corner for Squirtle Squad, which should give them a advantage in the next Warhead deployment if Ninja Hood cannot catch up to them and get in there. And there's level 7 for Squirtle Squad. But in the meantime, Ninja Hood looking to push this middle lane and maybe get a kill out of it. Not quite doing so, but putting a decent amount of damage in there. Top line, it looks like Falstad is pushing Johanna back a little bit, and bottom lane, Dahaka is just keeping Karazim and Leoric busy. But mid lane setting up a kill on Tychus, and they do pick him off. 7 versus 7. Talents are out for everybody, but mid lane is solidly owned by Squirtle Squad. Looks like we might get a quick little rotation over here to their harder camp for Squirtle Squad, picking that up and letting that push top lane with Falstad. Looks like bottom lane, Leoric is pushing Dahaka back a little bit, but Dahaka not going to let that go unanswered. Comes back out and tries to clear that lane. And we're looking at a 4 Warhead spawn, 2 in the bottom. So that's probably where we're going to see the fight. But Diablo pushing all the way in and looking for a possible kill here. Looks like we have a 4 or 5 on... Yeah, 4 on 2 setting up, maybe a 4 on 3 in the top lane over that nuke and over this area in general. Doesn't look like anybody's going to die out of this, but there's definite damage being thrown out and looking to at least slow down the other team. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Dahaka and Leoric are just going back and forth. They each took one of the nukes bottom lane. Falstad did secure the nuke top lane, which leaves only the middle nuke left. And it looks like Falstad may use that nuke right away in that top lane. He does. Trying to get his mercenaries to get a little bit more value out of them since they're pushing that top lane. And Mouth trying to channel that nuke and does not quite get it. Dahaka dives in, Vala's Q interrupts, and it looks like we have a nice little fight going on mid lane. But Squirtle Squad's about to get their ultimate abilities, and this could shape the direction the fight takes, and there it is. Let's see how quickly they pick him up, and that's a deleted Kerosene. Vala going in and hitting her straight for all she's worth, looking to get some damage out. Meanwhile, Ariel does pick up this nuke mid lane, and that gives 2 nukes currently residing in the hands of Squirtle Squad. One still in the hands of Leoric, bottom lane, but he is not using that yet. And it looks like Squirtle Squad's going to just try to take out the entire middle lane fort structure. They're pushing in, they're going to finish that fort off by hand. And they may even use the second nuke to take the wall. We'll have to see what Dahaka does with it. Meanwhile, Leoric's actually pushed all the way back and is not able to push forward enough to do anything with that nuke, so he's still holding it. Oh, Diablo found himself a Kerosene. I don't think he's going to get a kill there, but they are going to invade and get this camp. Looks like in the meantime, Leo had to be and is coming back out. The Firebats are marching to the Squirtle Squad beat and looking to get interrupted by Diablo. Top lane, we do have Tychus and Johanna and Mouth grabbing their hard camp. Dahaka is guarding the top lane, and Falstad's just kind of roaming around. Does look like they are going to take the second Firebat camp, they being Oriel and Vala. And 10s are finally here for Ninja Hood, so we are on an even talent tier, but they're still down about 2 full levels. Oh, Johanna may have just been caught in a bad spot. There's the first stun. Is Diablo going to get in there and stun that? Doesn't look like it. Ults are being popped, and we're going to get a nice little 5-man dance here. Nice gust to isolate part of the team, and Mouth is dead. They're going to push this and look for more kills. Tychus is down. They're really going after this Leoric to try and get that nuke off him if they can. There's Diablo pulling him in, and that's going to be a dead Leoric for another nuke. And that's going to give Squirtle Squad control of 2 nukes and pushing into a keep wall. I'd like to see them secure this keep wall and maybe even possibly this keep. It looks like they might just go bottom here instead of top. They do have a couple of Firebats pushing bottom, so taking this wall down will help their Firebots get value. It looks like that's what they're looking to do. That first nuke is going to do quite a decent amount of damage to that front wall, and the second nuke is going to possibly finish off that front wall. Nope, but it did do a good amount of damage to that keep. Of course, the mule already in on that keep doing work. I wasn't sure that Mouth had grabbed it, but he did, and it looks like we're going to get a double nuke spawn, and Falstad's looking to grab this, but he is solo against all 5, so he's going to go ahead and back out and maybe just poke it. Ariel is there. Looks like we're going to get a 4-on-5 until Dahaka finishes grabbing this bottom one. And that doesn't scare them at all. They are 13 versus 11 and looking to get a quick kill there against Tychus with all those stuns. Vala going deep with her strafe and doing a good amount of damage. And they pick off Johanna pretty quickly with that Diablo charge into E. That's the power of Diablo at this point. It looks like Vala may pick up this Firebat camp with Oriel, and then they're going to push in hard here bottom lane. They are sitting on 1 nuke right now on Dahaka. They have a set of Minions pushing. Actually, they have a double wave of minions, the fire bats, and everybody else bottom lane. They should be able to pick up this keep without too much effort. There goes the keep, and it looks like they're going to leave the cannon to the minions and the fire bats, and they're going to back away and look for something else. They do have a full 3-level lead going right now, and they may even go boss here. They are going to go boss. They, I don't believe, can see the Ninja Hood team, and Ninja Hood team can't see them, so they know where they're at, and they're looking to come in and engage here and maybe steal this boss. Lots of damage and ultimates coming out. Drill is down. Falstad used his. Oh wow! Everybody's popping everything. There are literally 0 ultimates left, and it looks like we're gonna get a 4-man wipe on the side of Squirtle Squad wiping Ninja Hood. Falstad, not content looking for the full 5-man wipe, does fly away, pick up that Malfurion, and go 5-man wipe. Boss is going to push bottom lane. There are no structures in front of them, and they have roughly 15 seconds until they're really in danger, even though Leore's back now. So they may actually push this in and look to A, pick off the Leoric, and B, push in on this core and maybe finish game quickly. Boss is still marching in behind them. They've already eliminated the shields. They're already at 75%. I do believe this is going to be game. Even if they wipe at this point, there's no way for Ninja Hood to push back hard enough with all the structure still in place for Squirtle Squad. So while they did pick off the Leoric, and that's a nice gust by the Falstad, we're just seeing Squirtle Squad pick off multiple Ninja Hood members here. That's definitely good. Good game by Squirtle Squad. Well played and well tried by Ninja Hood, but there wasn't much you could do. The power of Diablo and Oriole with the stuns, including Dahaka, they just isolated and picked off members very, very quickly.